Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic That's Known Classics. This is episode number 2099 and Doubleshot 1993. Now, I have roughly two Marvel trades. One is the finale for a trade series I did a while ago. The other is basically collecting a recent miniseries for a character, which was a revival of a previous series that Marvel did with this character. Okay, first up we have is Ghost Rider Volume 2 Heart of Darkness 2. Now, this mostly still deals with the King Johnny Blaze stuff that popped up. I think it was the pages of what was Avengers? No, it was Doctor Strange Nation. This is written by Ed Brisson. Surprisingly, this book only contains Spirit of Ghost Rider, Mother Demons #1, Ghost Rider, I believe it's volume 10, I think it is, 5 through 7, and Ghost Rider 2099, volume, I believe it's 2. Issue number 1. Yes. Here's the strange thing about this run. We're probably thinking, why does it stop at issue 7? And what is with the 2 one-shots? Well, there kind of is a reason for that. And the reason is because the book was canceled due to the pandemic. No, seriously. That was the reason why. For some strange reason, the 2 one-shots, the 2 issues that were supposed to come afterwards, today have never been published. Nope. It's like basically they were planning on more, but didn't really go much anywhere at all. Dan Ketch is in these issues as the Spirit of Corruption. Yes. For some reason, he's the Spirit of Corruption in these issues. He's also got a freaking sword in these issues. Yes, a sword. Which one was the Blight Blade. And it was this very volume that basically yeah, for some reason they have returned to this. Also, the Punisher appears in this book, where it looked like he's got his head shaped for some reason. Not sure why. Wolverine's in here. Now, in the case of the Spirit in the Mother Demons one-shot, which, by the way, everything here is run by Ed Brisson, but here's some interesting, the artwork is drastically different everything here. Issue number for Spirit of Demons, it's Ron Bashi. For the cover is done by Philip Tan and John David Ramos. For 5 through 6 is Juan Pereira, with the cover art done by Aaron Cooder and Freddie Blee. Aaron Cooder does both the cover and the interior for issue 7, and Jason Keith does the coloring and the cover too. The 2099 issue is done by Damon Carrillo. Yes, the whole thing of this one is like, oh, we're continuing Johnny Blaze as the King of Hell. And he wears his belt, the Spirit of Corruption. They kind of basically get rid of his corruption when he was evil as the King of Hell. Because that was the thing with this run, is that Johnny Blaze was the King of Hell. And as of the current run, he is no longer the King of Hell. Nope, not really. They don't really have him as King of Hell anymore. No, they don't. Yeah, that's thanks to King of Black tie-in. That basically, how should I put this? It mostly, in a way, well, the whole storyline with this book is kind of wrapped up in King in Black, Ghost Rider. Yep, that's where pretty much in the way the story is officially wrapped up. Also by Ed Brisson, which is not actually in this trade for some reason. Well, it came on 2021. Yeah. But that was the next time people saw him after this book wrapped up for Johnny Blaze. Was this one shot? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was that thing for him. And he's no longer the King of Hell. Yeah, that was thanks to the events of King of Black that basically removed him from position as King of Hell. You might be curious though, like right after the volume concluded, of course he appeared in that one shot. Then he appeared in Stab Avengers for basically 5 of the remaining 8 issues. There is also Spirits of Vengeance Spirit Rider, which of course basically is not in this trade here. This one shot is just basically just deals with the Native American Ghost Rider, who was from the Doctor Strange book. Yeah, but she's featured in that book. And then after that book is, aside from that book, it's Avengers and a digital book. He next appears in the current run for Ghost Rider, appears in the issue of Elektra, Black, White, and Blood. A one-shot known as Ghost Rider Vengeance Forever. Yes, there is a one-shot called this one. And yes, it is written by the current writer of the book, Ben Percy. Appeared in the opening issue, the most recent volume for Damage Control. He also appeared in 25 for Wolverine. His most recent appearance was actually in the most recent issue that came out for his current run. Yep. Which basically has new status quo. And you might be curious though, do these issues count as part of the numbering for Ghost Rider? Yes, it does. Let's see. By the end of the run, we are up to 343. At the start of the run, with issue 1, which I reviewed in the previous, in a previous comic corner, that started with 237. Yes, it is good. The fact Marvel basically decided to bring this series back. Well, it's like it's number, of course. And you might be curious though, how long ago did I review the? I think it was Ghost Rider King of Hell. Yeah, Ghost Rider. Let's see. Yeah, that was actually a year ago. Yep, I reviewed that when I reviewed the first trade for Jeff Lemire's run for Thanos. A really good one, mind you. Yep. And yes, I have with this particular run, this pretty much in a way wraps up basically this era for Johnny Blaze. Yep. Yeah, basically got basically an official volume done for Ghost Rider. Yep, the very first volume done for Ghost Rider ever. Out of 10 volumes since the other one I officially reviewed. I'm going to give this book roughly a 9 out of 10. It's a pretty interesting run overall. It's not very long per se. Shockingly, it is the shortest run of the entire series. At a whopping 7 issues. You're thinking, really? 7? Yep, 7 issues. You're probably also asking, Nick, why did this book end after only 9 issues? Well, there is a reason for that. The pandemic. Yep, that was pretty much the reason for it. Oh wait, it is the shortest one featuring Johnny Blaze, obviously, but it's the same length as the first volume for the series put back in the 60s. Yeah, if you're curious, first volume, 7 issues. Second volume was 80 issues. Actually, it's like 81, if I remember correctly. Yes, 81 issues. That's how long the second volume was. The third volume is the longest, at a whopping 93 issues. Though there is a Ghost Rider finale that basically was supposed to be 94, but damn, this run was long. Volume 4, which Johnny Blaze returned the title, this actually was the shortest run at 6 issues, but it was the shortest, and it was the return of Johnny Blaze as Ghost Rider. I kind of said it was the shortest one. That's kind of a lie, but second shortest actually. Then you have Volume 5, which was also 6 issues, featuring Johnny Blaze. Then you have Volume 6, which actually this run was actually being published while I was reading comics. The previous 2 volumes were definitely, but was the first ongoing book for Ghost Rider that actually was going on the same. I have not reviewed issues of this run. I'm not really big on the ending. Now, there was another run published while reading comics after that one, and that was published, like, after 6 included back in '09. Next one to come out for 2 years. And this book lasted for a whopping 9 issues. 9. Yes. And featured a character who, after this run wrapped up, popped up in a couple one-shots, and she died. Yep, and after that run wrapped up in 2012, then you have the all-new Ghost Rider book. Yep. Well, actually, you have the... you had a particular run for Ghost Rider, which was 7 issues due to it being canceled. Yeah, featuring Robin Reyes. It was canceled due to... It felt like more a continuation of the classic Ghost Rider book. Then you had, of course, this run and the current run. One thing you just gotta appreciate, though, is the logo. You might be curious, though. Was this a logo for Johnny Blaze's first volume? Nope. Was it for second, third? It was actually more in common with the third volume of the series. Yes, that's one thing interesting, though, about the logo for this book. Is that it's the same logo for the one from the 90s. And the current run does also feature this logo as well. Yep. But yeah. So, that's it for that book. I probably review more Ghost Rider in the future. I mean, I've technically have not reviewed very much for Ghost Rider. I mean, I've only reviewed 2 trades, like the most recent one I've read the first trade of the current one for the book, and these 2 trades the previous volume. And that's basically been it. I've not read much anything else for Ghost Rider. Excuse me. I love the character. It's just that I've not reviewed him very much. Honest. Our next up is King Conan, written by Jason Aaron, the same guy who basically gave us the start of the revived Conan Barbarian book. He did the first 12 issues, which I have reviewed those. I did not review the run that came after that, Jim Zeb's run, which was the last 13 issues of the run. Yes, and by the way, when the final issue came out, that was actually 300 issue of the series. This book pretty much did the same thing that Conan did. And you're thinking, what was that? They actually mentioned the numbering for King Conan. Yeah, they actually did bring this up. Because the previous line for the book... Let's see here. Yeah, this was actually issue number 56. Yep, 56. And it's just a limited series. It's pretty much a revival of the old 80s comic, where originally it was King Conan and Conan the King, which of course this volume is just a continuation of that numbering. Yeah, that's pretty much what Marvel did. They pretty much brought it back as his own numbering. The first issue was issue 56. The final issue of the series, of this run anyways, was actually the 61st issue. Yep, they brought it to 61, and that was it. Yeah, and the kind of the thing with this book is, it's kind of the last Conan book published by Marvel due to them losing the license. I, of course, love the artwork. I do love the fact they brought back Jason Aaron for this book. And here's the strange thing about Conan. It seems as though when Marvel got back the license, they do as much as they did with the original run. It's like 2 ongoing series, a handful of miniseries, a run in Savage Avengers, both Volume 1 and 2, and that's all Marvel did with the character. This mostly deals with his time as king, with its standard Conan stuff, like him sleeping with various women, him becoming king, and him having a son called Conan II. Yes. Now, the whole thing him becoming king, this is nothing new. This is basically a future version of the character. Oddly enough, now, here's the strange thing about the Conan books. Aside from Avengers, the only books that bother to bring up his time in present day is a couple side miniseries which deal with the Silver Crown. And that's basically it. This book in particular is very good. I think Jason Aaron does a great job with this book. It's shocking that they couldn't do one more issue of this book. Like, have the book end in an even number. But nope, they didn't. They had an issue 6 and basically made the 61st issue of the series. Yep. But this book, just really good. Get this book roughly a 9 out of 10. Yeah, and that's pretty much also the end of Jason Aaron's time with the book. Now, you might be curious though, have I reviewed all of the Conan stuff from Marvel? No, I haven't. The only thing I have reviewed from Marvel is the Jason Aaron for Conan the Barbarian, the first 12 issues, the Sab Avenger run, obviously, the Saboteur Conan, I believe one of the miniseries. Yes, let me take a look here. Yeah, I believe it was, yeah, I did do Age of Conan Valeria. I didn't do the other one. Nope, I did not. Yeah, so basically, all of our review, like I said, the second volume of Saboteur Conan, the first 12 issues of the most recent one for Conan the Barbarian, Conan X and Other Tales, Conan the Serpent War, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's not particularly, like you could say, not a lot per se, but just basically Serpent Crown and the Fallout miniseries. Basically, it's overall like with this one, this is the third Conan miniseries I reviewed. Actually, like the fourth, along with a whole ongoing series and the first half of one ongoing series, and that's all I reviewed. You might be thinking, okay, is there anything left for Conan? You might ask. Well, there is. Yep, there is still some stuff left to go for Conan. And you're thinking, is there really? Yes. Yes, indeed. There is still some stuff left to go for Conan. You're probably all asking, okay, what exactly is left to go for Conan under the current Marvel stuff? Well, I've done like I said, Serpent War, Battle for the Crown, of course, Savage Conan, obviously, this miniseries, Age of Conan Valeria, and that's it. That's really all I've done so far. There is roughly like one miniseries left to go for Conan, and that's Age of Conan Ballet, I think it's called, who is a lover of Conan's. But that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I did review the other stuff, but there's not much, like a lot per se to review. A good amount per se. But I'm definitely looking forward to whenever I get a chance to do more Conan stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's particularly it for the particular review. Stay tuned next review, which probably not Comic Corner, okay? Next video. Bye.